Well, good morning everyone, and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now, I haven't done much today. I've just been having a mooch round, and I put some more lights up coming winter, moved some plants around, and I've put all the little paths and the odd frag down here. And I've put them under the other Mars hydro light I've got. It's just flickering a little bit, that light, but not doing any harm. It's not taking off any light for anything. So they should do well in there. I'm not leaving this on for 12 hours a day though for the paths. I just leave it on for 4 hours, this one. Just as it's starting to go dark, I'll switch it on and then switch it off again about 8 o'clock, something like that. Well, I've got 2 Cymbidiums in here now, both with 2 spikes on, and the other ones that weren't doing much, I've put them in the spare greenhouse for wintering over, give them a real good cold spell, and shock them into flowering for next year. So I'll just go into the greenhouse and show you where I put them. Right, this is where they are now, not taking any harm. There's no heat in here, but I could put some on if I needed some. So I've put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Cymbidiums in here, and the Dendrobium nobile. Will give that a good cold spell as well. So they should be fine in there. I'll probably water these, once a month, something like that. So there isn't much more I can show you, but we'll just have a look around and look at the plants that I haven't shown you for quite some time. Well, this is a monstrosity I got off eBay. This Cattleya, I did about 12 months ago. Came, no roots on, just 4 bad leaves. Now they're dying off. I shall cut that off in a minute. No roots on it at all, but 1 or 2 roots have started growing, but they're nothing to shout home about. And around the corner we've got a new growth there, but that's not got any roots on it as yet. But I'll water it when it gets dry, and we'll see how it carries on from there. Well, let's now have a look at those young Paphiopedilum plants. Now, this is a little Paphiopedilum dianem that I thought wasn't going to survive. I have quite a large one of these, but that's not doing anything at the time. But I put this one in the coconut husk that I cleaned, and there we are. It's putting up a new leaf. So I'm very pleased about that one. Well, I think I should tell you a little about this plant from what I know. But they grow in the humus on forest floors. They also grow in moss. They grow on moss that's on calcareous rocks. They like moderately bright light. They like being potted in a well-draining substrate, using a medium bark, which you can add just a little sphagnum or perlite to. They don't like to become dry, so they like to be kept damp, and the free draining substrate will make sure they don't become too wet. And to promote blooming, they need, like other orchids, to be kept a little bit cooler in the winter time. Now, where there's a difference on the other plants I show you, I'll try and add them to show you the differences between. All these plants are originally from an Asian origin, and they like temperatures from anything up to 80 to down to 12, 13, 14 degrees. And this is a Honsheng eagle that was almost a seedling, but a bit bigger than that when I got it. And this is just in ordinary medium bark. And this is just starting putting up a new leaf in the middle. So that's a good sign. Now the dianum that we showed before, this one was a species. Now this is a primary hybrid, and a primary hybrid is a cross between two different species. And the cross of this is Rothschildianum and gigantifolium. The flowers on these I think are absolutely beautiful, but the shape of them, well, they're just like well, when you look at them, they look like they're just coming to get you, if you know what I mean. Their arms, the petals outside are like arms, and the sort of fish clenched, and absolutely beautiful things. But you'll have to look this one up on the web just to have a look at the flowers on it. This is another little Paphiopedilum, Paphiopedilum adductum, and this is doing exactly the same thing, but this one is in coconut husk, and that is also putting up a new growth. So things are looking good. I only put them under this this Mars Hydro SP 150 light yesterday, so the next month should show a bit more active growth, but they're doing okay as they are. Now this adductum, when it grows, is a relatively small plant. It comes only from the Philippines, which, like all the other paths, they can be classed as epiphytes because of their growth in humus, where the roots will never ever go into the soil. So they're never classed as terrestrial. Absolutely beautiful, these. Species again, absolutely lovely. Used a lot in hybridizing. Paphiopedilum adductum. This is a little Paphiopedilum Rothschildianum, and just to see there, that's a leaf one's taken off there, so I'll do that in a minute. And this is in, well, I think it's in medium bark with a little bit of tree fern in it, and there we are. That's coming up as well. Now these Rothschildianums can get to an enormous size. You know, they come from Borneo, or as we now know it as Myanmar, and they're found in the region of Mount Kinabalu and nowhere else. These also grow in humus or on steep mossy banks that are limestone. So a little bit of calcium in the medium of this does it a power of good. These also need a good light, very slow growing, and like all paths, to clear the salts away, they should be flushed sort of at least every month. Got a little Paphiopedilum pharianum here, and that's putting up two new growths there, one there, new leaves, and one there, and I think I've just noticed a couple of bad leaves around the back here. Yep. I don't know whether to let those die off, which I think I will with this species, because they don't want disturbing too much. So that's doing okay. Now these pharianums are what I consider a nightmare of all Paphiopedilum growers. You read all the books and everything, and they say they're easy to grow and easy to flower, and they make big plants and one thing and another. I've never known that at all, and I've never seen many of these on show. In fact, the only ones I've ever seen on show is what I put on myself. But once they've flowered, which they do quite regularly, they just sort of die off afterwards. Nothing happens. You've a job to keep them going. So I consider them very difficult, and they come from from Bhutan, which is northern India up to the Himalayas. But if you get one of these, they're quite easy to grow. They're not very expensive, but you try and get them growing into a big plant. Very difficult. This is a mottled Paphiopedilum, Paphiopedilum magic lantern. And this isn't pulling, well, it's got a new leaf there, but it's no small leaves growing, and this one is in coconut husk as well. And these are a primary hybrid as well, a cross between Delenatit and Micranthum. And the flowers on these are absolutely beautiful. They're sort of a beautiful shape, roundish, a big lip on them, and beautiful delicate shades of dark purple to light purple, dark pink to light pink all over them. Absolutely beautiful. We can get these growing, and they're not too difficult. They just grow these like all the other Paphiopedilums. This is a little Paphiopedilum Sucra coulee, which I've grown from virtually a seedling. This was a seedling when I got it. So that grew very, very quickly, but suddenly it's got to this size and it's slowed down. So we'll just keep an eye on that one to make sure all's okay with it, because these are such a beautiful flower. And this is one of those species of plants that's endemic to one part of the world, which is the north of Thailand. You know, they're quite easy to grow, these, I must admit, and I don't know why this is stalled just for the moment, but it will pick up. Probably have to repot it in something a little bit different, and then just give it a boost for that. But they like most other things, like the Paphiopedilums want. You know, they grow in humus as well, and moss and all sorts like that. And these two also like a good light. And the last one I'll show you will be this Paphiopedilum emersonii, and these come from all the regions of Vietnam and China, and quite expensive. Beautiful white flower when they do flower, and this is just starting to put up a new leaf there in the middle. And like all the plants, they'll stand something from 13 degrees up to 27, 28, occasionally 30. And the usual planting material for these and all the other Paphiopedilums. They will grow in a different variety of mediums, but just a regular Paphiopedilum mixture will do fine. Well, that was a lot of plants to show you. I'm sorry, I hope I haven't bored you with it at all, but I just tried to give you a little outlook into some of the Paphiopedilums I've got. I've got quite a few of them. I've got more up here, and frags, and all in different sizes. So I'd just like to thank everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you all to the people who are going to subscribe but haven't done yet. They'd be very appreciative if you did so. So until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.